Hi everyone, welcome to World of Warships with stewiejp. I'm Stewie and this is the Tier 5 American cruiser, the Omaha. Now I haven't played World of Warships for some time, and firstly a couple of apologies. Apologies for the quality of this video. The quality when I was recording it, it seems to get quite jumpy, so I've changed the software I used for recording videos. I know there are some bugs with World of Warships replays, and I think some of those bugs are apparent in this game. But however, I still thought this game was worth showing. I don't really play World of Warships so much anymore. I've been concentrating on MI6 clan in World of Tanks. But when I logged on, I think it was patch day whenever the last World of Tanks patch was done, and the server was down for a while. So I thought I'd play a few warships. And when I logged into the garage, I noticed there was a number of missions available similar to World of Tanks, and the missions that they give you are quite rewarding. In this game, you'll see I got a few personal reserves similar to what World of Tanks do with their personal reserves. But anyway, we're on this map. I can't remember what this map's called. I'm sure someone will tell me in the comments. And the mission I'm trying to do is to set other ships on fire. Now as we go into the start, I'm sort of going around this little area where there's a little bit of cover, and they can only sort of attack me from one side over here. That's why I like going on this side. But found a destroyer. Now the good thing about the Omaha, it stems from the St. Louis line, which is a ship that's got lots of guns, quick rate of fire, and you can really pump the damage out as long as you're not receiving too much damage in return. And in this replay you'll see I do get a fair bit of damage given to me early on, but that doesn't stop me having an awesome game. This is probably one of the best games I've had in Warships for a long time. Now I can see I've been detected. I do have the crew skills on the commander to tell me that I've been detected, similar to Sixth Sense, but it's a lot easier to get in Warships. So I'm having a look, seeing if I can get some early shots into some ships. You can see I got 6 shots into that first barrage, and I probably only fired 6 guns, so it is quite an accurate ship, this one. But I've got to be careful of these torpedoes that are coming from that destroyer. The good thing about destroyers, they're easy to pump the damage in. You can see my automatic machine guns are firing, and that's something that's a little bit different with World of Warships. You get the secondary armament, and that torpedo just clips the front of my ship. That's why I was trying to. I don't know why I slowed down looking at this, but I'm just blind firing into that fog. Because the thing about destroyers, even though they do have torpedoes which can blow you away, they're quite easy to damage as long as you hit them. They are pretty quick too, so they are quite good at avoiding shots. Now, bearing in mind, the mission in this is to set fire to as many ships as I can, and there's one. And I'm just laying into this destroyer now. I just want to get rid of him. And I do. I'll get rid of him, and I'll pick up the First Blood mission, which whoever takes the first kill of any game gets a First Blood award, which from memory gives you a signal, so it's a flag that you can put on your ship to make your ship either go faster or earn extra credits. And there's another ship I've set on fire. It's another cruiser. I can't tell which one from there. Now I'm in a bit of a hot spot here. I come around here thinking this is where I could take some sneaky shots, but it looks like half the enemy sides come this side as well, so I've got to be pretty careful. I'm down to half health already. Now this ship, you can see I've killed an aeroplane. That was either from my secondary guns, which are automatic, or there's an aeroplane on the Omaha which you can send out, and he's a fighter, so he flies around and attacks enemy aircraft that are nearby. Now I'm trying to outrun these torpedoes. Looks like he does get me on the back of the ship, so I've got to get out of here. It's just too hot. down to 20% health. And pretty much any of the ships that we're encountering there could clean me up with only less than 5,000 hit points left. So I'm moving back into a more conservative position where I can snipe away. Looking at the top right corner of the screen as I unload into that battleship, or try to. I set him on fire again. You can see I've landed 21 shots. It'll go up now because I've just landed a few more. Incapacitated 4, shot down 3 planes, set 3 ships on fire as well as sinking one. Now with that fast rate of fire with these high explosive rounds on the Omaha, it really is easy to set other ships on fire as long as you're obviously giving more damage than you're receiving. And because I'm on such low health, I really don't want to be up at the front where all the action's happening. You can see I've got a mod pack on this game. It's Aslane's mod pack. Aslane does a World of Warships and a World of Tanks mod pack, and I've done a video on how to do the tank one. I might do one how to do the ship one soon. It's quite easy to. It's quite an easy installer to put into your game. So I'm just trying to get a few more shots into that St. Louis because he's on pretty low health. And you can see on the reload counter it's only 6 seconds for each gun to reload. So you can see I'm firing 5 guns at the same time. The other guns can't aim in the direction I'm aiming in. So every 6 seconds you're firing off 5 shots. And when they land, they always do damage. I'm top tier in this game, if memory serves me correctly. So it doesn't matter who I shoot, I'm going to be doing damage to them. So I can see they've detected me again, but I just want to put in as much damage as I can. Try and get rid of that St. Louis, because St. Louis is only a tier 3, I'm a tier 5. It'll be an easy kill, but we're comfortably winning. Well, we're winning by 1 extra ship, so if I can get rid of him, that'll just make the scoreboard look a little bit better. You can see it's early on in the game. We're only probably 6 minutes in, and I've already landed 42 damaging shots. And with that barrage of shots, we set him on fire and kill him. See our second kill for the game, and we've set 5 on fire, incapacitated 4, shot down a few planes and landed plenty of damaging shots. So I'm still playing reasonably conservatively, even though we're still just winning by 1 ship, so the game's definitely not in the bag. But with my health pool, or lack of health, I don't want to be right in the firing line, especially with those big battleships over there, which is where I'm heading to support our 2 Wyomings, which is a tier 4 or 5 American battleship. But the thing with battleships is they do have a slow rate of fire. They pump the damage out alright, but they take a long time between shots, so it's handy to have a cruiser with them to support. But now I'm sort of just moving around. There's a few ships in the open there. Looks like a mine Kazi. Now they are quick, but again with my quick rate of fire I can just keep firing into where he is, just to try and, because I wouldn't have to land many shots to cripple him and take him to quite low health. He's already down to just about half. I'll keep moving, keep changing direction, because if anyone's looking at me from somewhere other than where I'm shooting, I'm not going to know that they're looking at me, but they're going to be shooting at me because I'm a low health target, so I'll be a priority target. I'm a top tier and I haven't got that much health, so they're going to think, well, if I shoot Stewie, I can get a ship out of the game. Take a few shots at that New York. And now I'm just looking around, just seeing what I can shoot without being too close to all the action. Looks like that New York's just been killed. Even though we're winning, it is still reasonably close. We've got 6 ships left, they've got 5. One of theirs, or one on both sides, is an aircraft carrier, so I need to be mindful of aeroplanes. I've shot a few aeroplanes down, but It looks like our aircraft carrier is under attack by that cruiser, which is a Japanese cruiser. I can't see what score from there. But he's going to keep putting shots into that aircraft carrier, so while he's distracted with that aircraft carrier, I'm just going to keep putting shots into him, hopefully set him on fire and keep that damage coming. I've lit him up, keep firing high explosives at him just in case he puts the fire out. We can light him up again, and that's exactly what's happened. He put his fire out, he used his repair skill, but we lit him on fire straight away, so he's going to be burning probably for another minute or so, but we still want to be putting the damage into him because he's now shooting at us. We want to make sure he dies as quickly as possible. Some of our other ships, you can see, are shooting from the other direction. Just want to get rid of him. I've incapacitated him, so he's not going to be able to move. We know he's used his repair skill, so he should be a sitting duck for anyone who's shooting at him. But he set me on fire as well, but I was quick enough to use the repair skill myself and only lost 500 hit points. But I'm getting out of here because he's going to keep shooting at me. If he lights me on fire again, and the repair skill is on cooldown now for 1 minute and 20 seconds, I'll burn for that whole amount of time, and with only 4,000 health up my sleeve, I need to be very, very careful. I'm still putting the damage into him. You can see he's still on fire. Mine Kazi's closing in on him as well. He's probably going to put a spread of torpedoes into him. I've incapacitated him again, so he shouldn't be able to move too fast now or turn. I'll lay a few more shots into him. You can see my damaging shots are up to 71 now, which isn't bad for 10 minutes. Now I'm focusing on this other cruiser. Looks like one of the new Russian ones. Just taking a few opportunistic shots while the cruiser's distracted by our Wyoming. Looks like the Wyoming is in a bit of trouble, so I'm going to try and keep helping him because that cruiser is nearly dead. We can take another ship out of the game. Now the score at the top of the screen, that's you get the first to 1,000 wins, or the first to kill all of the enemy ships wins, and you get those points from killing ships and from capping. So on this map, you have a base each. We're on base A, enemy on base B, and you keep racking up points for holding that base, and you obviously get more points for capping the other base as well. So now I'm just cruising around, and there's a full health Myogi. That's the tier 4 Japanese heavy battleship, I think. I'm just going to unload on him. Pretty sure his guns aren't aimed my way, so I'm just going to sit here and farm damage and just keep pumping it in. Hopefully set him on fire and take him down to a more manageable level. By manageable level, I mean get his health down so that one of any other ships in the area can finish him off with their big guns. For example, that Wyoming that's sort of going around to almost to flank him. I can see that Fury Targa, that's what it's called, the Japanese equivalent of the Omaha. He's a tier 5 as well, but he's on pretty low health, so again I'm just going to pump some shots into him. He's firing in a different direction, probably at the Wyoming. Trying to lead the shots as best I can. He's doing absolutely the right thing, changing his direction all the time to try and avoid fire, and you can see quite a number of my shots are missing him, but a few are hitting. Now he's got his attention at me. He's hit me, and we've lost our torpedoes, but we've set him on fire. Now I'm not going to use my repair here to fix the torpedoes because we're not really in the kind of game where we're using torpedoes. I've turned the torpedoes on here just to see if they're working. Oh no, I'm wrong. Doesn't happen often. I did fix them. That's right, because I was going to poke around this hill and unload a few torpedoes into him. Hopefully he doesn't do the same to me. Oh no, I didn't fix them. What happened is one of the, but there's 2 torpedo guns on this ship, one on each side. So the reason I had it lit up was to to see which side was working, and that's the side I was going to aim at this guy. But we're pumping in the damage still. Got a Citadel hit on him, which is what killed him. So we didn't need the torpedoes in the end, but unfortunately Ash Fox, which is probably one of those other cruisers, takes me out. As I was distracted, I got a little bit of tunnel vision on that Furitaka, and unfortunately that was a mistake when I was only sitting on a small amount of hit points. Now I'm sitting on our Furitaka, looking at what's left. We have a Kumar, sorry. We're sitting on the Kumar, or is it the Moikazi? They've isolated their aircraft carrier, so they're going to work together, the Kumar and the Moikazi. We're sitting on the Kumar, and they're just going to take out that aircraft carrier. Get him out of the game. I'm giving him some encouraging comments on the chat. Lucky for the Kumar does have a good amount of health still up his sleeve. He's still on 6,000 health, so he can afford to take a few shots, as both of our remaining ships focus on that aircraft carrier. And the Moikazi is sitting on their cap just to try and regain a few more cap points and also put damage into the aircraft carrier. Pretty good chance he's going to fire torpedoes. He has. So it's a good idea that the Kumar has gone this way, just to avoid the chance of getting hit by friendly fire with torpedoes, which unfortunately does seem to happen a little bit in World of Warships. Now in the replay, this is now where you can see it does jump around a bit. I think it's because I have taken a view of a ship that's not mine. But they're pumping into the aircraft carrier. They've absolutely killed him. Now the Kumar's going to do exactly the right thing here. The Kumar's got the health. He's on 16,500 hit points. The Moikazi's only on 2.5. The automatic fire is shooting at those aeroplanes. It looks like those aeroplanes might have just dropped torpedoes, but the aim was off, so he's safe from the torpedoes. And now the Moikazi is pumping damage into that Myogi, a Japanese battleship. Kumar's dropped a few torpedoes into the water. Why not? And it looks like the Moikazi's also landed a few torpedo shots. So the Myogi is just about dead now. So the Kumar just charges straight at him and just keeps firing away. He knows the Moikazi's already fired his shots. Moikazi's doing the right thing and sitting in a bit of fog. So hopefully the battleship can't focus fire on him. But this game is now comfortably in the bag. They can't afford to stuff around, because you can see on the time up, there's only a minute and a half to go, but they kill him and take him out of the game, and a comfortable win in the end. Looking at the post-game battle results, you can see I got 176,883 credits for that. I did get a little fine because I bumped into one of our tanks at the start of the match. 2693 experience, 135 free experience. That was for my double or triple or whatever they do on World of Warships. But looking at all those shots, 92 landed shots, 3 aeroplanes shot down, 7 incapacitations, 3 ships destroyed, 10 set on fire, and a hit to a Citadel, which I think was the St. Louis, which took him out. And the missions, we completed the New Horizon and the We Owe You One mission, which you'll see on one of the next pages. I think that gave me around about 1 million bonus credits, as well as some personal reserves or some signal flags. On to the second page of the post-game battle results. I've sorted it by experience. You can see I've got second top experience. The Glemson, which I'm not sure what nationality that is. It's a tier 4 anyway. He got top. Obviously, being a tier 4, you get a little bit of a bonus when you're in a tier 5 game. Same as with World of Tanks. You get, if you're a low tier vehicle, you get a bonus for being in a higher tier game. But you can see I shot down 3 planes, 3 kills, 1,122 experience. That's base experience, and obviously that was doubled for the over 2,000 that you saw on the previous screen. Plenty of other ships had good games too. The Kumar at the end with over 1,000 base experience, and the Wyoming with 900. And everyone, looks like everyone did a decent amount of damage to get those experience scores that you can see on the screen. On to the second last page now, and you can see all the shots I fired. I fired 492 shots, which gave me nearly 31,000 damage with HG, over 4,000 with AP. I think when I got that Citadel, every now and then I'll switch to AP, armor piercing rounds, which often will take a ship out of the game by getting one of those Citadel hits. And plenty of fires, nearly 4,000 damage with fires. 10 ships were set on fire, so that was towards one of those missions for setting ships on fire. And there's a list of all the ships that I damaged, which doesn't even come up because the list was so long. Pretty good game. I was very happy with that game. You can see the battle went for 18 minutes, which is, I think it cuts off at 20 minutes as opposed to 15 like World of Tanks. And this is where you can see all the money. Yeah, that was 1.1 million I got for that. $1 million of that was as part of the mission. So I only got 176,000 minus the cost of the ammunition and repairs, which obviously gave me nearly 157,000 credits. But by getting that mission, it was actually big in credits. So if you're playing World of Warships, be sure to have a look on the missions tab in your port. A lot of the rewards for the missions are really well worth going after. I only played maybe half a dozen games and I got quite a few missions completed in a couple of hours. So if you're grinding credits or experience, or you want to get some free signal flags, that's what you want to go for. You want to go for those missions to try and get those bonuses. Some of the missions are ship specific. It might have to be a cruiser of tier 4 or above. Some are nation specific, so make sure you read the fine print in the details. And I believe it doesn't matter which ship you're in, whatever mission that ship is eligible to go for, then the mission will automatically start. You don't need to activate them like you do with the personal missions on World of Tanks. Anyway, apologies for the length of this video. World of Warships battles tend to go for a lot longer than World of Tanks videos. Hope you've enjoyed. If you're playing World of Warships, feel free to make a comment down below. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you all next time.